In a chaotic clash at Crypto.com Arena in 2025, the Indiana Fever secured their grittiest win of the season, a 76-75 triumph over the Los Angeles Sparks that nearly unraveled due to controversial officiating. With the Fever clinging to 6th place in the WNBA standings, 2 games ahead of the 8th-placed Sparks, this game was a playoff-defining moment. Missing stars Caitlin Clark, Sophie Cunningham, Sydney Colson, and Arie McDonald, Indiana faced a Sparks team that had swept them in 3 prior matchups. Yet, despite a barrage of questionable calls that stretched the final 3.9 seconds into an eternity, the Fever prevailed, driven by Aaliyah Boston's defensive dominance, Odyssey Sims' clutch scoring, and a next-woman-up mentality. This victory, marred by referee decisions that sparked outrage from Clark, Colson, and fans, solidified Indiana's playoff hopes and hinted at their potential as contenders with Clark's imminent return. The Fever's season had been a battle against adversity. Entering the game with 3 losses in their last 4, their playoff position was precarious. The absence of Clark, 19 points, 8 assists pre-injury, Cunningham's scoring, Colson's energy, and McDonald's defense left Indiana short-handed against a Sparks team desperate to close the standings gap. The game was a physical, possession-by-possession slog, with Los Angeles leveraging their 3-0 season edge. But Indiana, under coach Stephanie White, leaned into their resilient identity. Lexi Hull, her face bruised with 2 black eyes from a prior collision, embodied their toughness, diving for loose balls and fighting through screens. Natasha Howard's crafty paint moves and Aerial Power's bench spark kept the Fever competitive, but the final minutes turned into a referee-driven nightmare that tested their resolve. With Indiana leading 76-75 and 3.9 seconds left, the officials' decisions took center stage. Aaliyah Boston's game-saving steal on a Sparks inbound should have ended it, but the refs reset the clock to 0.4 seconds, granting Los Angeles another chance. Kelsey Mitchell, fouled after Boston's steal, missed both free throws, but the Fever forced another turnover. Yet, the officials called a questionable foul, then awarded the Sparks a timeout and another inbound with 0.1 seconds left, an impossible window for a play. Fans erupted online, echoing Caitlin Clark's sideline frustration and Sydney Colson's post-game comments about inconsistent officiating. Social media buzzed with clips of the 0.1 second call, fueling accusations of incompetence or bias. Clark, despite not playing, became the story, her visible disbelief amplifying a league-wide debate about referee accountability. Boston was the Fever's anchor, delivering 22 points, 11 rebounds, 4 assists, and a career-high 6 steals. Her presence in the paint disrupted LA's offense, forcing awkward shots and securing second-chance possessions. Her jump hook over De'Erica Hamby sparked a third-quarter run, and her deflections generated 18 points off turnovers. In the final seconds, Boston's steal on a Rickea Jackson to Kelsey Plum pass sealed the game, her instincts shutting down LA's last gasp. Post-game, she reiterated the team's mantra, "Next woman up. No matter who's out, we step up." Her leadership, both on the court and in her words, galvanized a team battered by injuries and doubt, proving Indiana's depth was their strength. Odyssey Sims, a former Spark, turned the game personal. With Kelsey Mitchell struggling, 5 of 14, Sims stepped up, scoring 21 points with relentless drives and mid-range precision. Her 5 straight points in the closing stretch, a 3-pointer to tie the game at 74 and a floater with 13.6 seconds left, gave Indiana the lead for good. "Stay ready, you don't have to get ready," Sims said, embodying the confidence White instilled. Her composure under pressure, especially against her old team, turned a survival scenario into a statement. Sims's ability to exploit defensive focus on Boston and Mitchell, combined with her knack for clutch plays, made her the night's unsung hero. The officiating chaos couldn't overshadow Indiana's grit. Hull's relentless hustle, despite her black eyes, set the tone. "I forget about it when I'm playing," she said, shrugging off the pain. Howard's spin moves and Power's energy off the bench kept the Fever in striking distance. White's rotations emphasized defense and toughness, forcing every possession to matter. The Fever's ability to endure repeated referee interventions, clock resets, soft fouls, and extra inbounds showed a resilience forged through a season of setbacks. This wasn't just a win. It was proof Indiana could thrive under pressure, even shorthanded. The controversy amplified the stakes. Clark, sidelined for 17 games with a groin injury, didn't hold back, calling out the refs' inconsistency. Colson went further, hinting at a pattern of uncalled contact that left players feeling unprotected. "It feels like surviving, not just competing," she said, echoing a frustration shared across the WNBA. The league's history of questionable calls, strange timing, crunch time fouls, and replay chaos fueled fan outrage, with clips of the 0.1 second inbound spreading rapidly online. Clark's massive media presence turned her reaction into a league-wide talking point, reigniting debates about officiating fairness. Her influence, even from the bench, underscored her role as Indiana's cornerstone and a voice for accountability. Yet the Fever's victory was a testament to their depth. Missing 4 key players, they still outlasted a Sparks team that had owned them all year. The win solidified their 6th-place standing, creating breathing room over Seattle and pushing LA further back. With only 5 games left, every victory was critical. Boston's dominance, Sims's poise, and Hull's grit showed a team learning to close games under fire. White's coaching, emphasizing selflessness and confidence, created a culture where anyone could step up. "Our depth and selfless nature can't be overstated," she said, praising the team's ability to fight through adversity. Caitlin Clark's looming return added intrigue. Back in practice, hitting jumpers and running drills, she was inching closer to game action. Her 19 points and 8 assists pre-injury had transformed Indiana's offense, opening lanes for Boston and creating looks for Mitchell. Her presence in shoot-arounds sparked hope, but coaches remained cautious, wary of rushing her back. "She's moving well, but we're not putting a date on it," White said. Fans, buzzing from clips of Clark's pre-game routines, saw her return as a potential game-changer. A healthy Clark could elevate the Fever from survivors to playoff threats, her court vision and shooting reshaping defenses. This win was more than a box score. It was a foundation. The Fever proved they could beat a nemesis despite missing stars and enduring baffling officiating. Boston's leadership, Sims's poise, and the team's collective grit showed a squad ready for the postseason. With Clark nearing a return, Indiana's ceiling looked higher than ever. The controversy, while infuriating, only highlighted their resilience. They didn't just survive the chaos, they thrived, setting the stage for a 2025 playoff run that could shake the WNBA.